What's going on, guys? Big Bad Wolf here. Today's video I'm going to be going over how to play a smarter Kapkan. I play a lot of Kapkan depending on the map. Border is by far my favorite to play him on, which is why I've got us on Border. And I'm going to be going over some things that you may not be thinking about when you play Kapkan. You know, most people have a general idea of how to use Kapkan, but you know, maybe there's some tips I can give you in this video that'll help improve your hit rate with his traps, which is ultimately the priority, right? As Kapkan, that's your goal, is to get people to hit as many traps as you can, possibly get a kill, just assisting your teammates. So, you know, this is obviously armory, lockers. This is the big one that everyone likes to start on defense. So, you know, when you guys start here, a lot of people, what they like to do is they like to go straight for the, you know, the main objective doors, set one right here on this door, things like that. Now, I'm not a fan of setting them on objective, and here's why. If you set them on these main doors, a lot of times these doors are just going to get nades and explosives and drones, and everything is going to be coming through that door. So the odds of this trap getting destroyed before someone hits it are extremely high. So I'm not wasting my my traps on this door. In fact, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to go off objective. I like to put one here. Okay, this is one spot that I found to be pretty successful, but other than that, I'm leaving objective clear. And the reason I like it there is because if they're coming up metal, you can't see it from the door, and they go, you know, a lot of people like to just round this here and go into small office. So if they do that, they'll hit the trap. My favorite spot, and this is where I get a ton of kills, is to set it right in this door frame right here on security or CCTV. This is a fantastic spot in my opinion because, first of all, most people drone. They're going to come in, they're going to drone this door. So if you put one on this door, odds are they're going to drone it out. This window, you know, windows are obvious. I hardly ever set a Kapkan trap on the window, especially because you can put a nitro below on this window and just blow them up if they come in, which I think is the better play. And it's often what I do on this objective. So again, leaving these two clear, but when they come into security, what's going to happen is a lot of times you're going to see this, right? They're going to be in a gunfight. They're going to be fighting maybe an objective if they break that wall open. Their drone's probably not going to catch this, and they're probably going to do something like this. And if they do that, you are going to get the kill with the double Kapkan trap, unless it's a 3 armor. And same going this way. The couch kind of hides that. So, you know, if they're coming in, maybe they came up east, and they're coming through to meet up with teammates or whatever. After this right here, you can catch it, but if they're focused and they're not looking and they're looking out the windows or, you know, sitting ADS like this, they're going to run right into that trap. So I've gotten a lot of success with that one right there. So I always set that up. The other one where I'm going to set a double is going to be right at the bottom of metal stairs. This is a fantastic spot. This gets just as many kills for me as the one in security. This one might actually have, I might actually have more kills with this one, because, you know, a lot of people, they're going to drone through the main door, they're going to go right up the metal stairs, they're going to set their drone up somewhere around here. Very rarely do they ever spin their drones around and look at these Kapkan traps. And then if they come in this way and they want to take metal, you know, they're going to shoot the cam, they're going to come around the corner, they might check into customs. You have no idea that these are there unless you like are looking this way, which is weird, you know, like most people don't do that. They're gonna come in like this and go right up metal, and so if they do that, you're gonna absolutely destroy them with those traps. And again, I get a lot of downs and kills with that. And then this is where the window's at, so you can set that nitro right here. I like to pre-place that, and then when I'm using Kapkan on this map, I pre-place that nitro, which again is right under the window, and I usually give myself like some sort of hole here. If I have someone with a shotgun, I'll ask them to set the shotgun hole there, just so I can keep an eye, and when they jump in, you just blow that up. It gets right under the window, you'll kill them, and then, you know, their eyes on you at that point. And so they're gonna come running through here. They'll probably hit that Kapkan trap. You'll get a second kill out of it if you didn't kill them at the window. So anyways, that's kind of my, like, how I like to set things up on this objective. What I'm thinking when I'm setting up Kapkans, and this goes for any map, is I want to set them in the least suspecting places, where they are going to be highly distracted going through, okay? I don't want to set them at entrance doors. I mean, I might every now and then if the team, you know, the attackers are playing sloppy, and they're not really checking doors, I might throw one on an entrance door just to get the easy bait. But other than that, I'm not putting them on those doors. I'm putting them inside the building on popular like rotation spots. Okay, first of all, even if they don't set off the trap, if they have to shoot it, there's your audio cue, right? You're gonna know locationally where they are. If they do hit the trap, either A, they're gonna die from it, or B, they'll be half health, you'll know where they are, and that's gonna be a huge benefit to you and your team. So just thinking about that, that's what you want. You want an area that's gonna get a lot of traffic. You want it in a corner that they're not gonna see, right? So I wouldn't put the traps on this side, because if you put the traps on this side, you can see them very easily. Here, I'll take these off to show you. I'll just put one here. So if you put them on this side, oh man, that actually it goes like into the couch. So okay, that's a bad example. We might have just found something here. Wow, I did not know that. I'm gonna start doing that. Does it do it every time? Holy crap. I mean, you can still tell that it's there, and if you double trapped it, I just want to see this real quick. I mean, yeah, okay, so if you double trap it, you're definitely going to tell, but, that might not be a bad setup to have, like, a lower one on each side. Wow, that's unbelievable. I didn't know you could do that. Anyway, you normally don't want to set them on the wide side of the door, like where the angle that is most exposed to the attacker's position, right? So if I set one on that door, they're going to come in here, you can see it, and shoot the trap from here. So, you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to set them in areas that are going to get a lot of traffic, like this bottom door here. Odds of someone coming through this door are pretty high. And when they're coming through this door, they're not going to just be relaxed, like checking everything, right? Like they're going to be coming through, aggressing, ADS, looking for the opponent or the defending team, and they're not going to be paying much attention to the doorways, which is what you want. You want them to be distracted. You want them to be preoccupied when you're setting your Kapkan traps, or where you place them. That way they don't have time to check the door. And east stairs are another one of those, so you can set it right here, on the other side of the wall right here, and sometimes you'll get a nice hit there. But again, you have this angle, and a lot of people come through this door and you can see it. So I don't like that really, and you can shoot it safely, right? Like if you're in this position, you can shoot that, and you're not really exposing yourself to any other angles. Whereas the security door here, if they're in security, they've got a lot of angles to worry about. You could play them like in this hallway on 90 Hall, and same down here, right? Like, and actually this is one of the spots that I play often as well. Maybe the pre-placed didn't work, or I'm not putting a pre-placed. What I'll do is I'll hold this out, and then you can watch down near bathroom tellers, and then you can also watch the top of metal stairs. And then if someone hits this trap, it's gonna blow a hole in this wall, which will give you an angle into workshop. So I play this spot a lot on this objective, just because you can hold down so much, basically everything except east and security, which most of the time the rest of your team is going to be holding those spots. So again, this is how I play Kapkan on border, on the armory objective. And then other than this one I've almost always set. Okay, so this is almost always here. Obviously if they hit it, you'll want to move it, but I leave this set up here 99% of the time until it gets hit. Another spot is if you're in bathroom tellers, what you can do is you can take the traps, and I like to set them either vertical. So if you're playing Kapkan, if you guys have bathroom tellers in your Kapkan, I like to set a lot of them up top, to give me, help me hold the vertical. And a lot of times, again, they're looking on site for the Kapkans. When someone calls out Kapkan, 99% of the time, depending on what rank you're in, obviously as you get higher skill ranks, they're gonna be more smart about where they look for the Kapkan, or smarter where they look for the Kapkans. But in general, most people are going to think Kapkan, they're going to think on-site traps, so they're just going to be walking like that through everywhere. So if you set them up top, you can hold the vertical, it'll help you out vertically, You know, and obviously if you get a couple hits, not only where you know where the opponent is, but they'll be at like 50 health, which is very useful. So anyways, I don't know if you guys caught that, but I set a trap right here on this passport check door. If you do it wide again, you want it to be on this wall. If you set it on this wall, they're gonna see it. So you want it to be on the outer wall here. That way when they come across, they're gonna be looking like this. They're not even gonna know that trap's there. So you can set a double on that too. Just be mindful that if someone comes down east, it's pretty well hidden, but if they come around, sometimes people like to do this kind of thing, and then they'll see it. Or if they're up on the balcony, they can kind of see it if they're watching like down by the doors. So just be mindful of that. I like to set one right here. So, you know, again, if your bathroom tellers or workshop or anywhere on this first floor, between those two objectives, you can set one right there. That's also a really good one because it's going to be hidden. So I'll move this one and show you. So if you throw it right here, again, super hidden. This is a high traffic area. The odds of an attacker coming through this spot for either of these objectives is very high. And they're going to probably be ADS'd when they're doing so, right? Because they expect your team to be in one of these rooms. So they're not going to be looking for Kapkan traps. They're going to be doing like one of these around the corners and trying to, you know, pick your guys off and things like that. So right there, solid. You can put a double there. That's how confident I am. That's how I play him. So if I'm really confident that it's going to get tripped, like this one over here, I'll set a double, okay? So this is a spot I'll put a double. Security, as you guys saw, is a spot I'll put a double. And then this like customs door here is one that I'll put a double, just because I'm very confident that that'll hit before someone is able to shoot it, okay? The only way someone's gonna shoot it is if they're like down here. I mean, and even here you can barely see it. You really have to be looking for it. So unless a drone spots it, like, they're not gonna know. And this is awesome late round too, right? Because obviously if you've got an attacker here, either A, they pushed up really fast, or B, it's late round, and they're looking for, you know, maybe 2 guys on site, depending on how many of your defenders died, and they're going to be swinging and trying to find those last 2 people. And so if that gets you a kill, that's a game changer. Same with the one up in security, right? Like, security is in play basically the entire game. So, you know, this is such a popular area that if you can get a kill here in this doorway, like, that is going to help your team immensely, right? You can totally shift the momentum of the round with a couple Kapkan traps, which is your goal, right? Like I said, your number 1 goal with Kapkan should be to get as many hits with your traps as possible, because the more people that hit your traps, obviously, the weaker they're going to be. This seems very obvious, but most people don't think of it this way. I don't believe in general. And what I mean by that is most people are like, oh, I'll put a trap here, and I'll just put a trap there, and I'll just put a trap here, and they're not really thinking about where the opponent's going to be, what are the popular areas, if you were coming through as an attacker, what angles are you checking. They're not thinking that way when they're playing them. They're just setting random traps, and so most of them are going to get shot, and, you know, or detected, and you're not going to get that many hits. So again, what you want is to focus on the areas that are high trafficked and think about the angles that the attacker is going to be taking. Again, this customs, there's no reason for an attacker to be staring at this wall, okay? Like, unless they're pinched here and taking fire and they just happen to see it, which is like, you know, very low chance, they're probably going to be taking this angle. They're going to be coming around, like we just said. So think about that. Think about you as an attacker. What angles are you checking? What angles would you be most susceptible to a Kapkan trap? And then play your traps there. And again, if you're very confident it's going to get a hit, set 2 traps because you might get the kill, or at least a down, which again can totally swing the momentum. I can't tell you how many times, especially on border, I have set traps, you know, and there's 2 defenders left and 3 or 4 attackers, and then one of them hits a trap and dies. And then boom, you've totally just shifted the weight of the round. Your team has a lot better chance now. And maybe you got someone that was crucial, right? Maybe you got a Maverick, maybe you got a Thermite, so that's huge. And so again, I just want to give you guys ways to think about using Kapkan outside of just the generic set the traps in the doors. Because again, I see a lot of people do that. I see a lot of people pick Kapkan and they just, you know, they throw them in random doors, and sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. And so, you know, in that case, it's sort of wasted utility. So, you know, if you play a smarter Kapkan can be an amazing addition to the defending a team. He's a nice complement to the team. He's nice for roamers because he, you know, if people hit the traps, the roamers will know where they are, and not only will they know where they are, but they'll be half health, or they'll have to shoot the trap and again give up their position. So these are what, you know, these are things that you want to think about when you're playing Kapkan. And I don't play him on every map, okay? So a lot of maps that have just, you know, only a few entrances that might get naded out, I don't play him on. But for maps that have a lot of doorways and a lot of, like, you know, angles, I guess I would say. Like, I think Border has a ton of angles, right? Like, there's just all these places that are angles to check. And yeah, you're like, every map has angles. I get that. But what I'm saying is, like, Border, in my opinion, has more, like, curvy, blocky angles. I don't know how else to explain this, but it's like same with Skyscraper, right? Skyscraper is another one where I like to play Kapkan. There's a lot of doorways, there's a lot of angles, there's a lot of, it shifts direction a lot in the building. And so that's what I'm looking for on a map when I am playing Kapkan. There's a lot of shifting in direction, right? Like if someone's coming in this front door, they can't just run through the front door to objective, right? They've got to come in this door one way. They've either got to turn this way, or they've got to go through here or turn this way. Then they got to turn up the stairs. Then there's another angle here where they got to turn into the door. These turns are how you're going to get hits on your traps, right? If it's just a straight hallway like this, it's easy to see side to side and shoot the traps. So the maps that have, like, they have a lot of straight and narrows, those aren't as good in my opinion. I mean, you can slow them down, and you know, you can definitely play Kapkan on them, but this is where I get the most success with Kapkan, is on maps like Border, like Skyscraper. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. You know, hopefully it helps your Kapkan game a bit, or maybe you can give some tips or pointers to teammates who are using Kapkan on your team, if they're willing to listen. And again, you know, I'll upload some videos when I get a few. I had a bunch of them and accidentally deleted them, of me just going off as Kapkan traps, not even the kills with my gun, just getting, like, I got 3 in 1 round on Border a couple days ago, and again, I accidentally deleted that video. So if I get, you know, more of that content, which I'm sure I will, I play a lot of Kapkan, I'll upload it for you guys so you can see. So if you did like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.